Hi guys, Grace Woji once again. In our previous video, we talked about the morning routine on every farm. We talked about general treatments. We talked about deworming. We talked about dehoofing. We talked about a lot of things. But this time round, we have an evening routine. These are key things that must happen on every farm. I'm still Grace Woji from Woji Farms. Are you new to our channel? Please do not forget to subscribe and leave us a comment. And please guys, do not miss the ads. This is the only way we can be able to continue producing these videos so that you get more knowledge about goat farming, about commercial goat farming in Africa. Okay? So our routine for the evening time is as follows. This is what we follow as Woji Farms. Number one, stock taking is key on every farm. Remember, for us on free range, this may not necessarily happen on somebody farming goats on zero grazing. But for us on free range, and our land, our grazing grounds are quite big, we have scenarios where your goats go missing. So we do our stock taking on a daily basis on every herd. And this, we do it before the goats enter, so the boys stand somewhere and they do the counting. This is when we can be able to analyze and see, are there goats missing? If there are goats missing, what happened? Where are they? If it is still early enough and it's not yet dark, we always tell them to go back and check from where they have been grazing from. Luckily enough, usually those goats are gotten and they are brought back. But in incidences where the goats go missing, we always task them to go back very early in the morning to check where they grazed from. And if they are missing, we usually task them to go to people's different herds in our neighborhood. Our goats always stand out. They have a unique color. Others have the tags. And usually also have an identification mark. We also cut something. We do ear notching on them so they can easily be identified. That is the only way we have been able to stop on goats getting lost on a farm. Imagine losing a goat on every day on your farm. That would be 30 goats per month. That would be a very big loss. You get my point, guys. So stock taking every evening is the key every time your goats come back. Remember, I told you our babies, they keep around, they graze from around. We don't take them to graze, but we are trying to help them familiarize with the environment of eating grass, and they are trying to make their rumen stronger. But at the same time, during this evening time, we always give them some extra feeding, especially the super napier grass. This is bisagazi. I'm talking about bisagazi. We give them sometimes when our budget is, we can afford. Sometimes we give them pellets. Sometimes when the maize is cheaper around our areas, we always stock in a lot of maize. We add in a little bit of proteins and then we feed to our goats. So the feeding happens after the other goats have gone. Remember, when you feed them, when the big goats are still there, they will eat all the feeds and the babies may not eat. So we do it after the other goats have left. So as Woji Farms, we have, I'm standing here near our main collection center. This is one of the herds. Another collection center is the other side. So what do we use these collection centers for? This is where we put all the goats if you want to count them. This is where we put our goats in case there are orders we must take to Kampala, there are orders we must take. This is where the magic happens, and we do it in the evening after the goats have fed. This is where we physically get one goat per goat, the ones we are going to supply to our customers, to reduce on incidences of supplying goats that have eye defects, a goat that is limping, a goat that has had a miscarriage, a goat that is sickly. This is where the magic, and all that is done in the evening. And in the case of also spraying our goats, we put them here in the collection center. That was in the morning. And then we push them in the crush, the way you are seeing it there, so that they are being able to spray. Then the other last activity that happens in the evening with my team, we always sit, we have a brief on what transpired in the course of the day, how many goats are missing, what happened, what could have been done. And during the dry season, we usually get incidences of farmers, our neighbors reporting of goats entering their gardens. So there's almost of those challenges, or those challenges are solved in the evening when these guys come back. We always have a brief. And then also in that brief, we always discuss what we are going to start on the following day. in the morning. Because if you don't communicate with them, these are young boys, they are always waiting for you to tell them, Church, what is next? So if you don't tell them what is next the following morning, you find them sleeping in their beds the following morning because they have no idea of what they are going to start with in the morning. For farmers doing the same business as me, do not be mean with the information you have. Please normalize sharing this information. If farmers were not able to share information with me, for example, there's a time I traveled to South Africa and my mentor there, I was there for 14 days. This guy shared all the information he had. He gave me several books on how to look after Boer goats. So just imagine if he was selfish with the information. Maybe I wouldn't be here sharing the kind of information I'm sharing with you now. Guys, let's not be selfish with information. Let's learn from each other. You may be holding on into something thinking it's the best, but in actual sense it's something which is old-fashioned and somebody elsewhere has a better way of doing things. So let's normalize sharing information. You get it? That's how we are going to thrive in this business. That's how we are going to earn a profit out of this goat farming. That's all I had for you guys for our evening schedule. You have a different schedule from mine. Kindly leave us a comment. We are here to learn from each other. Remember to leave us a comment and do not forget to subscribe. I'm still Grace Woji from Boji Farms, found in Uganda. Bye-bye.